UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson is facing fresh questions after photos show the Prime Minister drinking at a party during a COVID lockdown. The pictures released by ITV News are believed to show the Prime Minister at a leaving party on 13th November 2020. Asked in Parliament in December whether the gathering had taken place, Mr. Johnson denied it and said all rules were followed. The Metropolitan Police are also facing calls to explain why he was not fined. We have details in this report.
A raft of allegations about gatherings held in Downing Street and Whitehall throughout the pandemic led to a Metropolitan Police investigation into 12 events. The inquiry concluded last week with a total of 126 fixed penalty notices being issued to 83 individuals for parties held over 8 separate dates. Mr. Johnson, his wife Carrie, and Chancellor Rishi Sunak all received one fine each for attending a birthday party thrown in the Prime Minister's honor in June 2020. But Number 10 confirmed the Prime Minister was not facing any additional fines from the police. The Prime Minister and the Met are under fresh scrutiny after ITV News published 4 new photos on Monday. Mr. Johnson is pictured toasting colleagues while standing by a table laden with wine bottles, wine glasses, food and other drinks. The emergence of the photographs has sparked fresh claims from opposition MPs and others that Mr. Johnson knowingly misled Parliament when he previously told them no COVID rules had been broken in Downing Street.
They're very difficult to watch, frankly. It's very difficult to look at those photographs, because they don't give the impression of seriousness that I think we really need in our country. We know that Number 10 was working hard, of course they were, and they were doing all they could. But we also know that people were working incredibly hard in hospitals and care homes across our country. We know that teachers were turning up to work and making sure that people could get kids educated when they were essential workers. We know that many people were turning up at times when they were extremely worried. And I'm afraid this doesn't show the level of seriousness that we really need in government.
On the 8th of December 2020, Labour MP Catherine West asked Mr. Johnson in the Commons if a party had taken place in Downing Street on the 13th of November, though it is not clear if she was referring to the event photographed. The Prime Minister faces a probe by the Commons Privileges Committee about whether he lied to MPs. Under government guidelines, ministers who knowingly mislead Parliament are expected to resign. Responding to the leaked pictures, Labour's deputy leader, Angela Rayner, said the Prime Minister had demeaned his office and that the British people deserve better. A Number 10 spokeswoman said the Prime Minister would address Parliament in full after senior civil servant Sue Gray published her report into the gatherings in the coming days. The Liberal Democrats have written to the Independent Office for Police Conduct, urging it to investigate the Met probe into events in Number 10 and Whitehall during the lockdown. The party's deputy leader, Desper Cooper, said if anyone else had been pictured at a party like this during lockdown, surely this would have been enough evidence for them to be fined.